Today is May 20th, 2025, and right now across the United States, well, I'd say I call it crazy, but like also not crazy at the same time. We have three different areas of tornado watches over here in Illinois, also in the mid Mississippi Valley. This is going to be definitely our biggest target area of severe weather over here. So we do have a severe thunderstorm warning. Over here in eastern Kentucky, we also have some. So we do have a line of storms moving there right now. And also we have two different areas of flood watches. There's a flood watch through eastern Kentucky too. It's kind of just within that tornado watch, going all the way up towards Charleston, West Virginia. Also, around my neck of the woods, we're going to be seeing some flooding too. So maybe school cancellations. I know I'm really into school cancellations, okay? So that is what we're going to be talking about in today's weather update video. We have this large enhanced risk that goes through most of Kentucky and Tennessee, northern Alabama, northern Georgia, northern Mississippi, eastern Arkansas. So we do have a quite large area of an enhanced risk. We do also have this larger slight risk that does go all the way down to Louisiana, up into actually covering a lot of Illinois, going all the way over into Ohio, into West Virginia. We're going to definitely have with this is the tornado risk. We do have our 10% tornado chance throughout most of Kentucky and Tennessee, and again with northern Alabama, northern Mississippi, and eastern Arkansas. But we do also have this hatch risk that does cover, again, northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, most of Texas, the western 2/3, 3/4 of Tennessee, and also kind of like the southeastern portion of Kentucky, we do have that hatched area. So remember, it's not just a 10% tornado risk, because also which means that we could have EF2 or higher strength tornadoes. In hail, it's not going to be as wide as where the tornado threat is going to be, but we do have ourselves up to a 30% over here in the mid-Mississippi Valley with that hatched risk. So significant 2+ hail with a 30% chance of that hail being 25 miles within your location. That's still quite a bit. It just does cover a quite small portion, though, of the mid-Mississippi Valley. But we do have a much larger 15% chance, kind of going around an area of slight risk. A wind risk, too, where we could have up to 45% chance. Not really in the mid-Mississippi Valley part, but kind of in, like, northern Alabama, northwestern Georgia, south central Kentucky, and central Tennessee will have some of those. Right where the enhanced risk, where this red stuff is right where the enhanced risk is. Same thing with the yellow, right where the slight risk is. So the wind is kind of following the pattern of how they issued the severe thunderstorm risks. Day 2, it's kind of confusing. I will have to say it is kind of confusing, but we do have two areas of marginal risk. We have this little one in northern Alabama and southern Missouri, and we also have one coming from Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia's, all the way up into the Pittsburgh and Cleveland metro areas. We could see some severe thunderstorms. 3, again, uncertainty, but we might have something developing here in Texas and Oklahoma. All right, now we do have ourselves a flooding threat. I have to use WeatherWise real quickly because for some reason for day 1 it wouldn't show on Pivotal Weather. But we do have this slight risk chance, so up to a 15% chance, covering about southern West Virginia, southern Indiana, southern Ohio, all of Kentucky, most of Tennessee, and western Virginia, not West Virginia, western Virginia. So, this stuff over here, we could be seeing some flooding too. And then for day 2, you see the red dot? This is around my neck of the woods. I know. I kind of thought was a bit crazy, but, we are having rain kind of just hanging around here, so flooding for sure. That is definitely why they issued that flood watch around here too. For day 4, we may have ourselves a little bit of a flooding risk over here in Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, and Oklahoma, but we're still got to wait. It's still a couple of days out, so I would wait again. Now, going over future radar real quickly, I did talk about this line of storms moving through Kentucky. I mean, as I'm making this video, that is happening. And that is going to move into, West Virginia and Virginia. And then we'll have the second line form down here across Tennessee and Mississippi. That's going to be moving through. And that's definitely like right about here. This is when we'll see our damaging wind threat ramp up. And we definitely could have embedded tornadoes in this, as well as these scattered showers behind here, which is also why we're going to have flooding threat, because it's going to be raining simultaneously across this the Ohio Valley region. So be prepared for that as well. And then we can also still have hail within the thunderstorms. And then you see the rain kind of moving up into the mid-Atlantic here, where we can see flooding too. Now, going over total rainfall, and I'm using the NAM model for this, is that we can see already that rain comes through. I mean, we still kind of have areas in Kentucky still having 2 inches already. And then we got to watch over, specifically over here and also up here where we could see some of that rain. I mean, stuff again near, the mountains, the Appalachian Mountains, the Allegheny Mountains, whatever you want to call it. Up to 2.5 inches out of, not even out of the question. We have another 2 inches down here in eastern Kentucky and southern West Virginia. Still gonna watch for that stuff. And then, it'll kind of be left with that. We could even have stuff over here in the Northeast and the Great Lakes too. So we got to make sure that anybody basically within the Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, and the Northeast, watch out for some heavy rainfall and flooding. Actually, real quickly, the HRRR model is finally up, so I want to go over this real quickly, and you can see how that rain kind of comes through, but I there's actually specifically a line of bursts that I'm noticing. Is that this stuff down here in Kentucky, this is going to continue moving through West Virginia, all the way up into Pittsburgh, maybe into, through my area, into State College. Seeing that again, some portions of these mountains could see up to 4 inches of rain. Again, not out of the question, so that could always obviously happen. And of course, we all know West Virginia being in the mountainous state and being the state where I live in, flooding could be very catastrophic. But also areas and really anywhere along the mountains, Pennsylvania, eastern Kentucky, when Hurricane Helene came through, eastern Tennessee and western North Carolina, see some type of stuff again, like what we saw. So flooding could still happen either way. Now, going over weather across the rest of the country, we could see that rain is moving through the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast, and then we'll see that move out. But then this low pressure system kind of will stay here for a couple days, which is prompting that flooding. We might even see some snow in the mountains here as well, maybe near the Great Lakes. So we might see even colder air for a little bit up here in the Northeast and around the Great Lakes. So, if you're a fan of colder temperatures like me, we'll see some of that colder weather. And then, again, uncertainty, but we may see, more rain, more storms in the future. So we always got to watch about that stuff, but that's going to be the end of the weather update for today's video. So if you guys like to see another one, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.